All right, so thank you all for coming. I'm going to read a couple of different stories. This first one is actually kind of a sneak peek. This story was just accepted for an upcoming anthology. I'm not going to name it because we haven't signed the contract yet and it could fall through, but...
yeah, you.
Oh, thank you. So this story is a brand new story. First time reading it aloud. It's called One Last Drop of Blood to Remember Me By. And I'm just going to read a couple of opening paragraphs. I don't want to go down the stairs. See the face I haven't seen in decades reflected back. Come on, Jackie, Annabelle yells from somewhere in the cottage. Don't want to be late. Sunlight slants in the western-facing windows. Golden rectangles paint the floor flanks beneath me, the steps leading down the small foyer below. Annabelle's bag is already there, next to the mirror. The mirror, she said, to remind people what's past and appreciate what's to come. To understand the gifts this decades-old cottage she calls Bimini can bestow. Annabelle has no idea what this weekend has meant, not just being free of glass grinding in my knuckles or again possessing a strong grip. The right side of my vision no longer blurred. Here, it's like I never wasted the last 40 years, healthy years, supplementing career goals into being the good wife, finding excuses when mother nagged about children, wondering why I couldn't truly love Trevor. Here, I could start again, not lie to myself, and I can't keep lying to Annabelle. I grab my suitcase, effortless, down the stairs, watching my shoes appear in the mirror, tan slacks, sensible blouse, then my face, so impossibly young, a woman who won't learn she's dying for decades. Footsteps behind me turn as she emerges from the cellar door. Jet black hair without a strand of silver, but still radiating that self-assuredness she possessed when we met, a poise that made something within me stir, and then that pang of confusion and guilt. Annabelle asks, so, ready? I set my suitcase down. I'm not leaving. I stay in the basement because I know Jackie needs a little more time to get ready to leave. A chill washes over me that she's stalling like others have to try to get us to spend another night. Like those others, she's gone quiet, changing ages suddenly over the course of the weekend. I never should have brought up those scars on her forearms, barely noticeable at her true age. They became pale ridges in her skin whenever she fell into her teens. When I mentioned them, she grabbed at her arms and told me they were nothing. But what's done is done, and if there's more than I thought going on behind her blue eyes, I can't let her think she has a choice in leaving. With the power and water off, I padlock the fuse box shut, hook the chain through the pump handles to secure it in the off position. I call out, come on, Jackie, don't want to be late. Above me, the stairs creak in that familiar pattern of someone descending. I go up the cellar stairs, young legs pumping, and emerge at the door between the foyer and the kitchen. Jackie stands before the mirror, as I knew she would, suitcase in hand and somewhere in her mid-20s. She turns and her age flickers, lines appearing and smoothing, weight gaining and fading from her hips. Just like the day my sister died. I dig my nails into my palm to keep from being pulled into those memories. Focusing on Jackie, I put on my I'm in charge smile and say, so, ready? I shut the thick wooden cellar door. Instead of admitting that she is, she sets down her suitcase and tells me, I'm not leaving. She drifts up to her actual age, flowing red hair turning white, her skin wrinkled and winter pale. But those eyes, which caught my attention the day she moved into the residence, remain brilliant blue. Except now they're shot with red veins caused by, I hope, gathering tears. I move to her and take her by the shoulders. She's trembling. Jackie, we talked about this, remember? I say. I told you that you wouldn't want to leave and made you promise that you would. Are you breaking your promise to me? You didn't tell me, she stammers, her age flickering. You said it would be like we were young. You wouldn't believe me if I told you, would you? Now we have to go, but we can come back next weekend. It's a lie. It will take months of long conversations before I think about letting Jackie come back here. I'm dying, Annabelle, she says. Cancer. The words snatch my breath away. In my brain, she continues, the cleanliness, trembling. It's not arthritis. Blurred vision isn't cataracts. Doctors say it's too late to operate. If they'd caught it 2 or 3 years ago, maybe. I have perhaps 1 good year left. I didn't want to tell you. Afraid you wouldn't, with me, want to. Oh, Jackie. I try to embrace her, but she pushes me away like I'm some stranger. But with Trevor's retirement savings, a surgeon, equipment, bring them here. I become a few years younger when the tumor was operable. My heart turns to ice. Don't fall into that trap. There's nothing here. It's not a pause, not an escape. Your life is out there. My death is out there. Her breath comes in hitches and gulps. Her words break my heart, but I've had it broken before, and, like everything, it will heal. Then let's make the most of the time you have left. I don't wait for her reply. I wait for her reply, and when I don't get one, try to kiss her, but she pulls away. She loses 20 years in an instant, then snaps back to her true age. I have to get us moving again. My certainty has convinced others that staying here is not an option, so I grab my bag and the cooler with the leftover food and head out the door. Across the porch and down the flagstone walk to the crushed shell driveway. I wait for it, but don't hear Jackie behind me. A cool late afternoon breeze carries the scent of the sea, rattling the underbrush that surrounds Bimini and hides it from the small bay beyond. I load the things into the trunk of my car, and when I return inside, she's gone. My heart stops, and I choke back a sob. I check the bathroom, then head upstairs to the bedrooms, calling her name. Not finding her, go down to the basement, wondering if she's locked herself in the storage room. Returning to the main level, the tang of sea air guides me into the kitchen to find the sliding back door open a few inches. I throw it open and step out onto the deck. Not seeing her, I scream, "Jackie!" I'll stop there. On the sky